Hello.
And the last but not the least, we have A.Y. Young. Is he here? A round of applause for him, please. As you can see, we have intergenerational, we have artists here, we have women represented, we have men represented. So I think we can say we are in a safe place with water and climate. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Please, a round of applause for all the speakers once again. That takes me to the next question, AY. It says, how did you discover the power of art as a driver for change?
Well, yeah, art, music is a universal language, right? And it can connect and bring people together. It can kind of break down all these silos and build bridges. You know, so that's kind of how I discovered it as a universal language. And I think, you know, art, culture has to be a part of this movement to drive it forward, right? It's so crazy because, like, when I became one of the 17 United Nations Young Leaders for the SDGs, which is a really long title. No one knows what that is sometimes. Like when I was talking to Antonio and he was like, you probably see a video and he's like, tell me what to do, you know, tell me what to do. Like he was telling me about the 17 goals, you know, and I didn't know what the goals were. I spent my whole life like using music to like raise money to build these solar boxes and then bring people energy access around the world. You know, Haiti, Honduras, places in Africa that don't have power, right? So I've been using music as a vehicle for impact, which means it can work, right? But long story short, I remember looking at the goals and being like, bro, more people know like Johnny Depp's relationship, you know? Like for real. Or when Kim Kardashian like posts something, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you ask the average person, hey, do you know what goal 6 is? They have no idea. So, you know, obviously music, culture, art, you know, because you can plug people together and get the world, you know, power change.
Thank you so much, AY. That was rightly said. Music is a universal language. It's not the language of the old or the language of the young. It's a universal language. And that brings me to my next question. Coming to you, AY, what would you tell young artists that wants to engage in climate action but don't know where to start?
Yeah. So she was like, what do you tell young climate activists who might not know where to start, but they want to get active? I would say change starts with passion. You know what I'm saying? What you're passionate about. But in order to know what you're passionate about, what you love to do, which I think we should be doing every day, right? What else is life for? You know what I'm saying? You need to know what your why is, what drives you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, here's an example. People come to me all the time like, hey, why? I want to be a rapper. I want to be a social media influencer. I want to be, you know, a TikToker. And I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? When they start diving into it, they might be like, oh, shoot, like, I like attention, right? You know what I'm saying? Then you can dive more into yourself and be like, okay, why do I like attention? Oh, shoot, I like attention because, like, you know, my dad wasn't around when I was younger, right? So when people give me attention when I'm on the stage, when I'm rapping, or when I'm, you know, on TikTok, I feel good. Now you know your why, right? So you might not have to be a climate activist, right? You might not have to be a rapper or an influencer, right? You can then figure out what your passion is. Then it's just the whole trick is taking your passion and doing it every day, right? And in my opinion, you should be using your passion to power change, right? You know, so mine was music. So then I was like, how can I use music to help people, bring people energy, bring people food, bring people water? Maybe your stuff is like being a ballerina. I don't know, you love to dance. I don't know, maybe it's like you like to write. Then how can you use the writing to then be an activist, right? That's how you do it. Okay, cool.
All right, thank you so much, AY. So you find your passion, you find why, and when you know why, then you can know what to do because the end justifies the means. So you know the end before you start the means, all right?
And with that, I would like to thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Thank you our partners here at the Global Resilience Partnership, Enviroally, ICLEI, Iowa. Thanks especially to the Resilience Hub. I'm Maria Curi. I'm the regional focal point for Latin America at Unify, and I would invite you all now to go and take your lunch. Thank you so much for joining us today.